Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokonyan, Henpokorin Adventure for the not the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. This never came out in the West. It's for the Super Famicom. We beat the 4th level in the last video, and now it's time to beat the 5th and final one. So let's go ahead and begin. And as soon as we drop down here, we do want to get the chest, in addition to all the other fruits that are around here. And we also want to watch out for birds as we move around this place. By the way, this tree right here, first star is up above it. Make sure you get it. And now it's time to get the rest of the fruits. Watch out with the slopes. You can get into a little bit of trouble on them, especially when bunnies and birds are involved. So yeah, just be careful around here. I'm gonna let you hit the wall so you get out of my life. And I think the last of the fruits are gonna be right here. I want to be careful here. Make sure to get these enemies and these fruits, and then take care of him for good measure. That way he doesn't bother me as I'm eating all these fruits. Never mind the fact that you don't have a hitbox once you hit the goal. Now it's time for section 2. Want to drop down underneath the bridge here so that way you can get some of the fruits here, the first 10. Next 5 are going to be up here. And you do want to be careful around here because there will be guys with swords and they will give you a hard time if you let them. More slopes, but we can easily deal with those as long as we're careful. There's a bunny right here. There's more fruit over here. And we also want to go up here to this cloud near the second tower so that way we can get the star. Do want to drop down at this bridge to get the last of the fruits, which will all be over here. And if you hold down and press R, you'll turn into the hedgehog. Still has a double jump, but probably the slowest of the 3 forms that you'll have. I cannot honestly figure out a reason why you would need the hedgehog form. But anyway, it's time for part 3 of this area. More of the same. And you do want to pay attention, and you definitely want to go up here for the treasure chest. That way you can continue to get the fruits from here. Are you kidding me? Get away from me. Thank you. And you do want to go up here to get some more fruits. Drop down here at the bridge to get another treasure chest with more fruits. Starberries will be right here. Don't forget the chest up here. That can be easy to miss. And I was trying to jump into you. Stop it. Alright. More fruits over here. And the stars here will have the last 5 you will ever have to collect in the game. As for the star, gonna pause the game real quick. You want to stand pretty much right here. There's a big window surrounded by these more smaller ones. And you want to stand below the left half of the big window. You want to hold down, press B, and you'll grab the star. Now it's time for the 5th and final boss here. I held left in order to ensure that when I jumped on this guy, I could leap into, I could leap into him later on, but that allowed me to flee more easily. Just run in the opposite direction. And he always switches between the fireball that goes downward, the bouncing ball, which you can jump on for extra hits if you can, and the sword that goes from one end of the screen to the other. The fireball that goes downward is the worst, but if you jump onto him and then hold the D-pad in the directions you need to go, you can go in that direction as soon as you hit the ground. Anyway, let's grab this final treat. And while this could be the end of the game, we have one more bonus level. And I hope I can complete it. This will involve a lot of pausing. All right. Okay. You go here. You push that first, and you can push this. Then, that'll allow you to push that. And then you can push all these things in turn. And that's how you get over here. All right. Push you. Then you. Then you. You go first. You get pushed. And then boom. That takes care of that. Okay. All right. All right. You need to go first. Then you. You're obviously important. Pause again. Perfect. Okay. So, push you. Push you. You can get pushed to the right. You can get pushed to the right. And you can get pushed to the right, so I can push you. Push you to the left. And then here we go. All right. You get pushed first. You get pushed second. You get pushed third. And then I can push this to the left. And then we're out of here. Okay. Okay, this one's simple. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. This first. This second. This third. And then we can get out of here. Everything else here is just fruit. We did it. We just beat Pokonyan, Henpokorin Adventure for the Super Famicom. Let's get this part over with so we can see the ending. And here we are putting all the food back in the kitchen and on the table. And we are petted. And that is it. That is your ending. And Fujiko F. Fujio. They were on the title screen, but I forgot to mention them. They were also responsible for Doraemon. which I've covered a game of on the channel. And this is the credits. You get to see multiple clones of Pokonyan. I'm assuming that's the main character's name. This little Tanuki guy that we've been playing with all game. Just kind of moving to the beat of the credits theme and with the animations that he has in game. And while this game is in Japanese, including the credits, there's no dialogue of any kind. There's not much. There's just Pokonyan saying Pokonyan for the only voice sample in the game. And you don't really need to know Japanese in order to enjoy this game as long as you know what you're doing. And, okay, that's my score. That's all the fruit I got. I got hit 11 times. I didn't use any continues. 73. And Pokonyan wants us to try harder. But I really wanted to show off just how to get all the fruits in the game, as well as how to find all the stars and all the bonus levels. So, once again, I'll go ahead and give a brief discussion of how this grading screen works. You obviously have a maximum of 100 points that you can get. That's the best amount of points that you can get, and I don't think you get anything other than Pokonyan's approval if you do get that 100. The first number is, okay, I mentioned that. I also need to mention that the happier the faces are, the happier the faces are, the better you did in that category. You do not want Pokonyan mad at you. Like the face we have for categories 2, 3, and 4, that's the best face you can get for each one. So obviously I needed to get a higher score. That's all I really needed to do. I kind of played it safe while I played through this game. Other than that, I did fairly well, though I can still do better. So here's a recap, so before I start tripping up on my own words again. The first number is the amount of points you got the whole game. The higher, the better. For best results, you want to defeat enemies, especially multiple enemies at a time, because you get more points that way. And you also want to get more points from jumping on multiple things during boss battles. That will really help you. I know you're going to have to get well over 200,000 to get the best results for that category. That one is possibly the hardest to get the best results with. The second number is the amount of fruits that you picked up. There are, I think that's it, 50 times 3 for each section in the stage. So that's 150. Times 5 for each level and its 3 sections. So that's 750. And then there's 5 bonus areas with 50 fruits of their own. So that's 250. That equals 1,000. So to get the 1,000 points for the fruits, you need to collect all the fruits in every stage, all 50 of them. You need to find all 3 stars in each world. You need to complete the bonus levels and get all 50 in each of those, and you'll get the 1,000. The third number is how many times you ran into enemies, took damage from enemies, had them run into you, whatever. That's how many times you had a collision with an enemy. That's how many times you got hit. I got hit 11 times during this entire playthrough, and I'm surprised I still got the best smile that I can get. The lower that is, the better. My best guess for number 4 is how many times you continued. If you run out of time, you get a game over and you can continue. Obviously, you want 0. You want to do this, and you basically want a 1 CC of this. You want a 1 credit clear. And those 4 categories are then tallied up to give you your score. And the better you are with each of these categories, the better your overall score or grade will be. I didn't get a whole lot of points, so therefore I took a big hit in that department, and I only ended up getting 73, even though I did well in everything else and found all the fruits in all the bonus areas and all the fruits in those. So, overall decent score for playing it safe as well as I did, but I still could have done better. And of course, the game is probably telling me to try again. And if you press B, you go back to the top screen where you can play this all over again if you so wish. But whether or not I do that, it's all kind of up to me. Not sure if I want to do that, but never say never. Maybe I could do a 100-point Let's Play and probably do like the first perfect game on YouTube or something. Who knows? Or maybe somebody will do it before I will. But at least you know how that grading system works. It's just there for fun. You don't necessarily get anything out of it as far as I can tell, though I could be wrong. And that was the end of Pokonyan Henpokorin Adventure. Or Pokonyan Henpokorin Adventure. Don't know why I pronounced the game's name wrong again. Time for the mini review, because there's nothing else left to talk about. The game looks pretty nice, pretty colorful, as you can see here. Everything is easily identifiable. Music, nothing to write home about, but at least it's pleasant enough. Same with the sound. I can't really complain much about it, though you won't exactly be remembering it either. Controls, pretty solid. Once you get used to how running around and gaining speed Sonic style works, as well as how your jumps also work with this system of momentum, with how the Sonic-esque gameplay works, once you know how to get around, it gets a little better and a little easier. The fact that there are 3 forms you can transform into to make getting things easier is a nice touch. After all, you are playing as a Tanuki. I probably should have mentioned that. And of course, the ability to jump on multiple things at one time to get a bunch of points. Well, that's pretty cool too. I mean, again, the grading is there for show, but it's still pretty cool. It's still a fun game to go through. Levels are pretty short and quick. You could get through them pretty easily. And the replay value, well, you do have that in the form of the grading system. Game's not that long. You can easily do everything you need to do with that. But once you see everything that there is, there won't be anything left to discover. And all you'll really be worrying about is how to get through the game with as high a score as possible. Which, if you're into that sort of thing, kind of ups the replay value a little bit. Otherwise, you'll probably just play it the one time and then never touch it again, maybe. Unless you want to binge through some Super Famicom games, in which case, that's perfectly fine. And is this worth getting? Well, it's not terrible. I can definitely recommend it for trying at least once at the very least. And if you're into this sort of Sonic-esque gameplay, this might be up your alley. You might like this one. At best, definitely worth trying out at least once. So, fun game based on the anime of the same name. Not sure if there's a manga, but at least I know for a fact there's an anime from Fujigo F. Fujio, the creators of Doraemon. And definitely worth checking out. So this has been Let's Play Pokonyan Henpokorin Adventure for the Super Famicom. Hopefully you enjoyed this as much as I did, and maybe just a little bit more for some of you. Hopefully I will be back with another game. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it'll be bad, maybe it'll be somewhere in between. Who knows? Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe. Thanks for watching, and see y'all later!